You are with the big story here. I'm Seher Zama. What we're discussing today, the PMC scam that broke out. Been 10 days since thousands of depositors cut off from their life savings. It's been 4 days since the ex-MD of the bank gave a press conference with multiple assurances to the depositors. Now he himself is untraceable, unreachable. 2 days since an FIR was lodged, there's been no action, there's been no arrest on ground, there is no clarity from the RBI either on what depositors are to do to get access to their own savings, their own monies. Today, it's not just the depositors who are on a strike. They're on a hunger strike across Mumbai. They're demanding that the government and the RBI intervene. It is also the HDL home buyers that are protesting. Remember, HDL is what caused this crisis with the NPA causing those losses to the bank. Home buyers there who haven't gotten their homes are now protesting. 1,157 of them saying they've not been given possession of their homes. The EOW, which is the Economic Offences Wing, has informed Mishra now that they are on the lookout for all the accused, adding that their focus is now on the ex-MD of the PMC, who is Joy Thomas. There are scores of home buyers which are far more important at this point. Why no arrests? Why no accountability from anyone? This is a huge mess that continues to turn even more grim today. Let's take this across to our panelists in just a bit. Before that, we're going to be getting in ground inputs here from our correspondents. We have Santia Gora with us. This is, of course, with respect to ongoing investigations. Our correspondent Neha as well, with protesting depositors and HDIL home buyers here. Neha, first to you. This is the nexus of this, it seems to be growing further, widening. There are more people now affected because of this scam, not just the depositors. This has now fallen into the home buyers as well. They haven't gotten their homes. And with the HDIL being the biggest NPA, there is no hope in sight for them either.
Absolutely, sir, and which is what is the reason which brings them on the streets today with holding the placards here in front of their houses for which they have paid such huge amounts of money. And even after approaching the right agencies, even after taking the legal way out, and even after asking those people who are in charge of the probe to help them out with their homes which were promised to them, they are here standing on the streets with the placards saying that justice was not done to them, their homes was not given to them. You can see right from women to senior citizens to retired people to people who have almost will be now leaving their jobs and waiting still for their homes are here out on the streets. For most of them, their investments in HDL towers remains their first property. This is not even their second homes, and they are staying on rent in other houses, which makes them even more necessary for them that they get their homes before. Some have taken loans, some have taken really huge loans to pay off these to take this house, and some of them also have accounts in PMC banks, so which makes it even more difficult for them to even understand when they'll be able to receive their money and get these homes back. Madam, if you can tell us your case. How much loan have you taken for this house?
I have not taken
and when was the house promised to you, but what went?
It was promised in 2013. It was promised in 2013, and instead of harassing the home buyers and the bank people, whoever have invested their money in the bank, the government should take some action to speed up the all these process and attach all the properties and the bank accounts of the assets of the builder as well as the corrupt bank officials and whoever is involved in this scam.
Absolutely. Ma'am, you were telling me earlier that you have been following this case, your father has been following this case, and now you're out on the street. Tell us more about this. How much money have you invested? What are you looking up for now?
10 years ago, when my father retired, he invested, he paid the full amount, I think more than 50 lakhs. And lot of assurances were given, all fake assurances. Now 10 years have passed. Possession was guaranteed in December 13. Then they kept having meetings, and they kept giving false assurances that we are now looking at this angle, now we are looking at that angle, and then just deadline went on. They kept on pushing the deadline, and I don't know why they were doing that. So it's all inexplicable. It's a very big mystery as to why all these projects, they're just two projects
No, but
in the
now
heart
it's
of
pretty
Bombay.
apparent why they were doing that. They were running short of cash. Neha, stay with us. We're going to play out those voices, more voices in just a bit. But it's important here to note on the extent of this scam that gets murkier by the day. Now, these are sources in Mumbai Police's Economic Offences Wing that have informed Mirror now. Rakesh and Sarang Vadwan, these are directors of the HDIL, suspected to have laundered money. This is exactly what the concerned lady was speaking to us just a few seconds ago, saying that the deadline for home possession was being pushed. The home was not getting ready in time. So this is what has happened with the money. Laundered money, bought their own properties in London. Huge amounts of money that was taken as loans, that was transferred into their personal accounts of both the HDIL promoters. Both these HDIL promoters now out of reach, unreachable on their mobile phones. We have with us our correspondent Santhya Gora getting us further inputs here with these ongoing investigations. Yes, Santhya, please go ahead.
As you were rightly mentioning, the money laundering angle here. So, Economic Offence Wing of Mumbai Police, while they were doing their prima facie investigation, they got a hint of this, that there's a huge possibility that this money is actually laundered. When they further investigated this, again at prima facie level, so one thing which they found, that how huge, thousands of crores, and here we are talking about thousands of crore, that was the amount which was granted as a loan to HDIL Group. Apart from the HDIL Group, the promoters of HDIL Group, Rakesh Vadwan and Sarang Vadwan, they received hundreds and thousands of crore in their personal accounts as well. If I talk about Rakesh Vadwan, till 31st of August 2019, his outstanding is rupees 2008 crore. Yes, that's the amount, and that's his personal account, not the HDIL firm account. Apart from that, if I talk about Sarang Vadwan, as far as his outstanding till 31st of August 2019 is concerned, that's 137 crore rupees. And that is just to PMC. And this is also, Sahir, apart from the loan which was granted to their firm HDIL. So, of course, obviously, EOW figured out the angle that if such huge amounts were given to both the firm and the personal accounts of the promoters, where exactly did the money go? Because the projects of this housing firm, most of them are not complete. Some of them did not even kickstart. In fact, Mishra now also focused on those projects, those incomplete and those projects which did not start. That gave suspicion. That actually made EOW suspicious of the fact that how this money is laundered. Further investigation told EOW that how this. If we talk about Vadwan brothers, they actually bought properties in London. So that's the money laundering angle here, which EOW is talking about. And that's exactly why when yesterday ED officials met EOW officials and took the documents of PMC scam, including the FIR which is registered by EOW at that time, EOW specifically focused on that money laundering angle. And that's exactly why ED is also now into the picture here.
Okay. Santhya, please stay with us. I'm going to throw this open to our panelists. We have Mr. Jitsu Sheth. He's the depositor in one of the branches of the PMC Bank in Mumbai. We also have Shaina NC, spokesperson, national spokesperson of the BJP here with us. First to you, Mr. Jitsu Sheth. The problems that a depositor such as Ms. Jitsu, the problems that a depositor such as you are facing in still wanting more clarity from the RBI. Now with the investigations finally kick-started, there is more clarity. You think that the RBI will also step in with an assurance here that you still will have access to your money. You've been blocked for only a short period, but the money is still there.
So, thank you, Sahir. I'm here on behalf of all these PMC depositors. It's 150th Gandhi Jayanti today. Festive seasons have started, but we are in complete blackout. We have been locked out of our own hard-earned savings, our lifetime savings. We suddenly get a message and we are locked out of our accounts. We simply need an assurance from the government that you need a week more to look into the crux of this matter. But we assure each and every PMC depositor that your entire money is safe and you will get back your each and every hard-earned penny. We don't want the insurance amount. We don't want anything. We want our entire money back. Are we demanding too much from the government? Is this too much? We have been waiting for
Not at all.
9 straight days. Every PMC depositor, we are under tremendous stress. People are getting heart attacks. People who have no other alternative are on the verge of committing suicides. What are we waiting for? Is the government waiting for some 2-3 people to commit suicide and then come forward and say, oh, okay, we are going to take these steps now? What is going wrong?
This is a crisis which could only further aggravate. Yes, stay with us,
and
Jitsu.
then
Let's get in that response here from
long.
Shaina, if you heard what one of the depositors is saying, which is clearly evident for the kind of mess that they're forced to undergo in their life at this point of time. This is a festive season. What is that government assurance that can possibly come from the state government of Maharashtra? This is election time as well. Understandably, the engagements are in the elections, but also for the people of Maharashtra, this is a huge bank with several branches across Mumbai. Are they expecting far too much from the government? A word of assurance?
Well, first, let me please say that this is exactly what the Prime Minister and our government has been fighting. People who choose to launder money, people who choose to fraudulently misuse their power, be it with the banks or with bank officials. And please let me tell you, ma'am, that we will ensure that every PMC account holder gets back their legitimately hard-earned money. And I think, Seher, let's highlight what is yesterday's update so that everyone knows that the EOW has registered a case against more than 10 accused in the PMC bank fraud, which is a very progressive step because we know that this 4,355 crores, the money which was diverted to fictitious accounts, the FIR process is on and the RBI is the complainant. So do understand that this is the complainant for HDIL, for PMC, both will be booked. There are serious sections which have been imposed by the EOW, section 420, 409, 465, 468 and 120B. I do understand the anxiety of the account holders, which is only legitimate, but it is a process of law and for the agencies to ensure that the guilty perpetrators, whether it's Joy Thomas or whether it's the Vadvans, they are booked and brought to task. I think we need to understand that there are so many such frauds in our society that need to be giving a befitting answer, and the fear of law that was not evident in the past has been the only endeavor of the Modi government, and we will stand by the citizens. We will ensure that the depositors get their legitimate money.
Right.
It is a process of procedure and it is a process of
this is asking
investigation
for
and
immediate
evidence
relief.
which needs to be
All
compiled.
right, it's
which
important to
sometimes
note,
does take
Shaina, all the
time.
complaints in the FIR that has been registered has happened only because of a whistleblower. The system was sluggish. This came to the fore only because of whistleblower within the bank. It would not have come to the surface here. You do have concerned authorities that were napping over this. Yes, Jitsu, please step in on this. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, ma'am. I want to say, ma'am, I understand it takes 9 days for RBI just to tell EOW to register an FIR. That's too long a procedure, ma'am. When I understand it's not happened overnight. RBI was aware of something going wrong in this. They can immediately step in and take action. Why they, Varyam Singh, I understand, was on PMC board. We also understand he was HDIL chairman. Why did RBI allow this? Is this not flaunting of rules? You give entire chunk of money to in this person's hand and he misused. RBI also said that they had informed about Varyam Singh to PMC Delhi in year 2018. And PMC Bank comes under Registrar of Cooperative Societies and is controlled by currently by Union Minister Agriculture, currently Mr. Purushottam Rupala. Where is he? Why there is no accountability? Where is the state government? Where is the CM? It is elections, we understand. But is this not real crisis? Are we not Indian citizens? Ma'am, I also want to say why there is no accountability for the authorities. Does RBI have any constitutional right to block common man's hard-earned money, tax-paid money in a legitimate bank? Can they do this? And if they can do this, why they cannot book
Yes.
PMC and HDIL
Absolutely.
directors, board members? They are still roaming free, ma'am.
Absolutely. We're going to get in Mr. Dinanath Mishra, depositor, with us over the phone line here as well. Mr. Mishra, thank you for being with us. We'll be looking at depositors and HDIL home buyers now out on the streets protesting. We're looking at delayed action, an FIR which was filed only 1 week after this scam burst into the scene, after that exposure by the whistleblower. What are you expecting next?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello?
we can hear you, sir. Mr. Mishra.
हाँ मैडम can I speak to you?
जी जरूर जरूर, आप हिंदी में बात करिए.
हाँ मैडम, मैं ये बोलना चाहता हूँ मैडम कि मेरा खुद का मेरा 5 लाख का एफडी है अंबरनाथ के पीएमसी बैंक में, और मेरी मम्मी का 3 लाख का एफडी था, जिसमें से मम्मी को ब्रेस्ट कैंसर डिक्लेयर हुआ है. उसमें से 1 लाख एफडी मतलब 75,000 का एफडी तुड़ाया, और उसको फिक्स मतलब सेविंग अकाउंट में रख के पैसे को रखा था कि हॉस्पिटल वगैरह में स्वैप करने के लिए. अभी वो भी मतलब मेरा पूरा पैसा भी रुक गया है, और मेरे को हॉस्पिटल में जो अभी पेट स्कैन वगैरह ये सब कराना पड़ता है, तो इसके लिए पूरा पैसा रुक गया, और मेरा पूरा एफडी और बैंक ऑपरेट नहीं हो रहा है. मैं इतना परेशान हो गया हूँ कि मतलब कहाँ से किससे पैसा दूँ. ऑलरेडी मतलब कि कभी कोई मुझको पैसा कहाँ से देगा. मेरा खुद का फिक्स एफडी 7.5 लाख का, मेरा मम्मी का और मेरा दोनों डिपॉजिटरों का 7.5 लाख का एफडी. और वो भी मैं जो मम्मी का पैसा था, मैं पिताजी ने 42 ईयर अंबरनाथ के बोरिक्स मुरारजी में सर्विस किया था. पिताजी हार्ट अटैक से ओनली 10 साल पहले एक्सपायर हो गए. वो पैसा मम्मी ने रखा था, और मेरा था खुद का क्या था मैडम कि मैं दूसरे कंपनी से वीआरएस मिला था, उसका पैसा मैंने उसमें 2013 से रखा था उसमें.
जी आपकी बात समझ आई. Undoubtedly this is a question of lifelong savings that have been saved by people. This is Mr. Mishra's just one case in point, but there are several thousands of cases, similar cases of other depositors as well. Shaina, if you heard that, all that the bank depositors are asking for is an assurance for the RBI to speak out, for the finance ministry to speak out here on this and say that this is a withdrawal cap for a few days. Your money is safe. The money is going nowhere, irrespective of how much time the investigations take. This cannot be a withdrawal cap that can continue interminably. There's just one word of assurance which will make a world of a difference to people today.
Yes, I think that statement will be out. We know that the withdrawal of 1,000 has been raised to 10,000 as well. The EOW has registered 10 cases of fraud against Thomas as well as HDIL. But I think what we need to understand is that when there is a survey or scrutiny, there is a process of law that you get to the bottom of it. Now, in this particular case, from what I have gathered, the information from the board, auditors and regulators was replaced by stressed accounts with dummy accounts. So this is a huge scam which needs to be unfolded. And all decisions for granting all overalls from accounts was as per one individual's instructions, and absolved over the executives who said they had no role in accepting any of these decisions as part of being in an institution. So this has misled the RBI auditors. They replace legal accounts with illegitimate dummy accounts. So I think that this is something that the RBI inspectors and auditors came to know
Once
much
again, on
later.
the technicalities
And
of the
only when
conflict
they
of
dug
interest, on
deep
how
were they
deep the
able to
rot
get this
is,
kind of suspicion
how large
and
the scam
demanded
is.
the
But
old records.
today,
Why
today
I'm
when
sharing
it's,
this, Sahar?
all right, but today when
Seher,
it's a question of
Seher, why I'm
China,
sharing
we understand
this,
these details. Right. Okay.
Yeah. But no, what I'm trying to say is that the bank manipulated even those records which were legitimate. So I think that, this has been a continuous fraud for multiple years, and to get to the bottom of it so that there is a watertight case and the perpetrators do not get away scot-free, we need to ensure that
but
the
we are looking at
system of
immediate
investigation
relief.
and
Even
evidence
if the
is
RBI
very
withdrawal
strong.
cap is increased to 10,000 rupees for 6 months, it comes to an average of 5 rupees per day. कैसे घर चलेगा 5 रुपए में?
Can we survive?
Immediate relief, irrespective of how much time the investigations here take. Let's get in one of another caller calling us in, Mr. Modi Ludhwani from Mumbai. So please go ahead.
Madam, I wish to know why they are not taking any action against auditors who are supposed to expose this scam. Hello? Hello?
Okay. Yes.
And why they are taking 6 months time
All
to
right.
finish
The
report?
investigations, 6 months time, yes, all right, absolutely. Shaina, once again, this is along the same lines, that even if it's a cap of 10,000 rupees, which sounds a lot because the initial cap was just 1,000 rupees, which was ridiculous. If it's 10,000 rupees, it's still a cap for 6 months. Jitsu, would you like to step in on this point?
Yes.
कि अगर सरकार ये समझाना चाह रही है that investigations will take time, मगर ये रोजमर्रा की बात है, घर चलाने की बात है. You cannot be sitting interminably till the investigations conclude.
Yes, ma'am, आप ये बता दीजिए 10,000 that comes to around कुछ 5-10 रुपया a day. Ma'am, कैसे? How can we survive with this amount? How people sitting in this authoritative position decide कि 10,000 में आपका घर चल जाएगा? Ma'am, you just have a look. There are so many people. Myself, I have all my accounts. My account, my sister's account, my mother's account. All are in PMC. I don't have any other account. How can we survive, ma'am? There are 140 branches, lakhs of depositors, RBI societies. There are credit cooperatives who are working, small traders whose accounts are in this PMC bank. And RBI has put 25 lakh families in gloom before festivals. What are we supposed to do, ma'am? Ma'am, we supported your government. We voted for you. We believed in this government. You said digitalization. We did it. We kept all our money in the bank.
Right.
I operate online. What is happening to me, ma'am, today?
Absolute. This is a breach of trust. This is a shocking circumstance. You have at least 2 generations who have placed their trust in the bank, have been saving money for years in this bank, and suddenly they're stonewalled here on this. Mrs. Abbas Qasim from Mumbai is calling us in as well. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Mrs. Qasim, आपको अगर मेरी आवाज जी
No,
आपको
I
आवाज
can
आ रही
hear
है, please
you.
go ahead.
I can. I wanted to ask Shaina ma'am that I am a disabled lady. My hard-earned money, around 15 lakhs, is deposited in the bank. 2 lakhs are in the savings account. I would run my medication, my house rent, my electricity bill, my telephone bill, all on this interest money. And in 10,000 rupees, 5 rupees per day, please ask her, how should I go about? I will be on road if I don't pay my rent every month. Where will I go? Please ask her, what is this? How, when, how long am I going to
Shaina
wait?
NC, there needs to be a faster solution. There needs to be a faster solution than this, even if it's just asking for a bare minimum assurance that needs to come in from the central government, from the RBI, to work this out for a better method. This is now a question of survival. This is causing stress. This is causing illness. This is an absolute inhuman crisis in the wake of a festive season. That is as harshly as one can put it across. This is inhuman, Shaina. We need to hear faster from the government on this, not 10 days.
Well, I completely agree, and as a citizen, I stand united with every single PMC bank account holder. Whether it is a question of EOW finding out where the Thomas and Vadvan and HDIL is only one part of this entire issue. The kind of manipulation that one saw in this case is so scary, because if you can manipulate your own bank accounts, it shows you that they're nothing but thugs. But having said that, yes, the solution can only come from the RBI, and I hope that in the next 1 or 2 days, if you have faith in us and our government, you will get back your money and the guilty perpetrators will be sitting in jail, as only that can be a befitting answer for all the anxiety caused to all the account holders.
All right.
Ma'am, one more point.
That is an assurance here, but very quickly, Jitsu, final word to you here.
Yeah.
The worst affected in this, please go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. 2-3 points. Government taxes the interest. And what about the safety of our principal amount? Depositors don't share profits like the shareholders. Then why should we bear HDIL loss? 1 lakh insurance, what RBI is talking about of DGIC, I think it's a complete rubbish.
Right.
We don't want that. We want our entire money back.
All right.
I urge
we get your
Prime
point.
Minister
Jitsu, this is effectively the voice of the worst affected in this crisis here. There are no assurances that have come in from the government. The government needs to be speaking out louder at this given point of time. The RBI needs to be working faster on this. It has been 10 days. People have no access to their money. All their savings deposited in one bank, with issues as far as your medicine bills, your food bills, your monthly rentals, all of that, none of that is being taken into account currently. We understand that this is a murky case. This is a deep scam. It will take months for it to be investigated, but you cannot block people from their own money for that duration. There needs to be a faster solution here to this. People need to be told that yes, they're going to be having a happy, normal, festive season. This is not what an honest taxpayer depositor deserves in this country. Thank you for being with us.